All right. Codie, the Vociferous Codex, however you want to pronounce this. You can't cast permanent spells. 1/4 for 3. Tap this with 4 mana, add rainbow mana to your mana pool. When you cast your next spell this turn, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile an instant or sorcery with lesser mana value. Until end of turn, you may play that card without paying its cost. So, we've got very few permanents in our Codie deck. We've got a Llanowar Elves and an Arcane Signet for a little bit of acceleration. But then we just have a ton of spells that, like, do everything from sweep the board to Scapeshift into zombie tokens to time warps to just drawing cards. Just lots of big, fancy, splashy plays that bring other big, fancy, splashy plays along with them. So let's dive on in to some 5-color Brawl shenanigans and see how Codie goes this morning. Hey, Boone, thank you for the 20 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Rankle, eh? Our opponent likes pranks, chat. For Legacy Hollow One, can you play it on Tuesday? I could definitely play it on Tuesday. That sounds perfect. Thank you for the submission, Cannon Garrett, and for the support. We'll take our free mulligan here with only 2 lands, I think. Yeah, this is 4-lander technically, right? Exile a card from our hand. Do the Amaria's Call. I don't have any weight cards at the moment. We'll put this into play. And then we'll Growth Spiral the Darkboard pathway into play. Worth noting, Growth Spiral pathway interaction, you can only put the front side of a pathway into play. Well, now we'll just put that in play. So, don't want to just play Codie out here because they're threatening Rankle. And Rankle would make us sacrifice the Codie. Even out the board here a little bit. Do I want this white mana, or do I want to hold on to it to discard to a Wrinkle? I think I want to hold it to discard to a Wrinkle. Nah, I'm going to play it. I want second green at some point, too. We can discard the K command. There's no creatures in my bin. Seems like a good exchange for us. I'm gonna kill Rankle this turn. We can research next turn. Ouch. Punished. Alright, let the Codies hit the board. And I'll just make us discard this, so we'll play it out. They have any creature here, they can trade any creature for Codie. Yep, and that counts. They have 7 mana currently, so... I thank you for your magic card. This card's so dumb. Have you heard about my birds? They're very nice birds. Hey, John. Thanks for the 2 months. Looking forward to running the Open next weekend. 8 days, week from tomorrow. Poor little Codie. Okay, I'm going to take this hit now. We're officially the villain? Maybe. Instant or sorcery? Instant or sorcery? Am I the villain, chat? Am I? Our poor little book has suffered so much. Really? You're making us draw a card? That's so good for us. Man, what's the line? I think it's Escape the Wilds. Okay, yep. Definitely Escape the Wilds. I can't cast that because of Codie. Sorry, don't mind me. I'll just be over here, you know, doing Codie things. That game was really close right up until it wasn't. we were like hanging on to the edge of our seat there for a while. And then like we finally hit a spell. We hit a spell and suddenly it was just like off to the races. Yes, I think both times the opponent chose to make us draw with Rankle was wrong. For sure. Really good start here for us. We get to go this, into play this, Inquisition on 2. Show me y'all secrets. Take away their fighty spell here. Kept a pretty sketchy hand here. I guess they're on the draw, but they don't get a third land. They're not gonna play Magic this game. I feel like I should share with chat because John was talking about it in chat with our open next weekend. So I've learned something new, and I posted about this on Twitter last night, so if you follow me there, this won't be a surprise to you. But I always thought it was weird that, like, Wizards never had tournaments on release weekends. And I thought maybe they just, like, didn't get it, or their scheduling was bad, or their departments weren't talking to each other or something. But someone in the SCG Discord apparently shared that Wizards has things they refer to as blackout weekends, where the officially supported Wizards tournaments like Star City Games can't have tournaments on those weekends. And apparently release weekends are those weekends. So I always kind of play, like, when I'm looking at, I always try to, like, look at dates when other organizers are having tournaments. It's like, huh, Star City never has things on release weekends anymore. Apparently they've been told they can't, or at least that's what the message implies, which is really, really a wild decision. Deck list. Discord, if you're in the Discord like it is, would be preferred. DM me there. So, like, they're a greedy company that wants all of your money, right? So, like, I am struggling to think of a reason, like, someone at Wizards thinks it's more profitable to not allow tournaments to happen on the first weekend cards come out. And I can't fathom in what way that is more profitable. Like, because, like, they're doing it because they think it makes them money. Goldfish would be great, like it is. Or Scryfall, somewhere I could export from. It was just one of those, like, yeah, exactly that. Like, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, but my experience making content and playing games is that, like, running tournaments is that tournaments make people want to spend more money because they get people excited about the game and playing with cards. They want normal LGS pre-release events, but the cards don't exist in paper, John. And for this upcoming set, we're talking about a product that literally won't exist in paper. Jumpstart Historic Horizons is an only digital product. So, like, even LGS style, like, things like, oh, they're helping LGS or something silly like that, that's not true at all. So that's not why. But at any rate, to digress, because we're not an official WotC supported tournament anyways, can't be blocked by more than one creature and stealth damage that make counters on it. Oh, we just killed this, right? To digress, our open series will still be happening because we don't have official WotC support anyways, so it's fine. It's no big deal. I think we're just doing this and spinning the Codie wheel here. Sure. I'll take a free growth spiral. We'll just name even with this and get rid of the Hydra. Keep our Codie. Yeah, maybe Saucedoodles, like that's the closest to how this is profitable, or they think that is profitable. They're lack so much confidence in the diversity of their tournaments that they want to stop them from happening, so they think people will spend more money not seeing tournament results. Nice! And we hit an instant we can cast? Apparently, Wizards of the Coast doesn't allow tournament organizers to hold tournaments on release weekend, Ryumi. Is what we've learned. Sorry. It doesn't allow them to host officially WotC-supported tournaments on tournament weekends. In the effort of not spreading FUD. And misinformation. We lack big spells to Codie with, chat. You overload Mizzix Master with Codie mana. Yeah, if you have 2 other red sources. There's actually no restrictions on how you can spend the Codie mana, because the restriction is its passive text. That being said, this only counts as a 4 mana spell still, even when you overload it, because the CMC is the number in the corner. Well, not to harsh your jam, but Codie is the 5-color commanders are some of the stronger commanders in the format. So playing Codie and queuing into other 5-color commanders is not unreasonable. For what it's worth. Honestly, I'm gonna Mizzix Mastery a Supreme Will just to get some cards going here. Maybe I Mizzix Mastery a Vanishing Verse to get rid of this Hawk, actually. Yeah, that's the play. Vindoris, thanks for the follow. Oh, wait, I can exile this and then this kills this. The answer to the Heliod. To have our cake and eat it too. So long, farewell. I'll see you and good day. The cost reductions commanders seem really powerful in a vacuum, but I wonder if there's enough 1/1 counter support in this format to make this one good. What your average card quality looks like to make it playable. Alright, chat. 12 more turns of Codie beatdown. He's going the distance. He's going ball speed. He's all alone in this time of need. We're racing and pacing and plotting the course. Alright, I don't know if this is the right play, but it's the content play. I'm gonna pick their Healer Hawk up and kill this. And we found some card draw. Yes, yeah, having cost reduced commanders so you can keep recasting them is an incredible form of card advantage. Hey, awesome, like it. Just having a starting point to work off of is nice. Paw Gunko, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Zakama Primal Mama on the other side. I think we're keeping this. We're bolting this one, right? We'll do this tapped, and then we can Codie on 3. Wow, chat. Look at the way they massacred my boy. He was so young, so innocent. Alright, I'm the bad man. I accept my title as bad man, chat. I'm the bad man. If they can kill Codie again... I guess if they hit a string of untapped lands here, they could technically Primal Mama. They wouldn't dare kill Codie a second time. Yep. Deal, Reno. Let's do the time warp again. It's just a jump to the left. And a skip to the right. Put your hands on your hips. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Let's do the time warp again. Okay, so if I do this, and then I do this, listen, chat. We're definitely the bad guy here. If any of you thought perhaps we were the good guy in this story, someone earlier was asking why they got queued into Golos while they were playing Codie. Listen, Codie probably belongs somewhere in the Golos adjacent bracket, is all I'm gonna say. Spin the wheel. RNGesus, take the wheel. Shift some of the landscape around. And then they're gonna cast Primal Mama, and she's gonna putrefy and decay very quickly. Maybe we'll have to make a point to play. We're gonna make a point to play through all of the weaker commanders too, but we're gonna have to try the range of sweaty commanders eventually. Winota people, Omnath people, Golos people, at least for a session, just to highlight them and show what's up. Because they do gross powerful things. We've not played Winota since this queue came back. We played Winota previously when we had the queue. Yes, when we play the super sweaty commanders, I'll Golos Nugan. Profile gets you to the page with all of my decks, if that's what you're looking for. I should have just turned to Codie. Instead of exploring. Kind of cute. Okay. Here there be dragons. How do I cast this and not... Okay, I'm in full control. Okay. I wanna leave double red up so I can... I guess we'll let the Codie trigger resolve first. Would I rather Increasing Vengeance to Growth Spiral? I think I'd rather Increasing Vengeance to Growth. Nah, I wanna eat the dwarf. The fact that Codie is color fixing too is so good in this archetype. I'm gonna bet a non-black land here. My auto tapper back on. You've been playing all creatures Golos with Amari. That's cute. Fun twist on it. Well, I could technically use Codie to clear cards off my deck here, right? Oh, this is actually kind of gross. So I can put both of these back like this, and then I can Codie cast Agonizing Remorse, cascade into the Thoughtseize, clear the Fracture. Oh, if I'd have shocked in a land, I could have Increasing Vengeance my Agonizing Remorse. We could have taken all 4 of their spells, chat. Alright, they're conceding to us taking 2 of their spells. We're the bad man. Duh. Homework is terrifying, chat. The book is coming for you. Turn 2, Codie. Snap keep. Turn 2, Codie. Turn 3, Practical Research. Turn 3, Time Warp. Do 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 do. No! Get the way they massacred my boy, chat. He was so young, so innocent. I would ask what Codie did to deserve that, but the answer is obvious after the last few games. We know what you did, Codie, and you did in fact deserve that. Oh no! Oh no! They're coming for my boy, chat. The swarm is hungry and only Codie can satiate them. Hey, so this game's over. My opponent stumbled and now they will die. Nine, so... Cool, cool. Cool, cool. So we get to Savvy Triumph here. And then next turn we have 10 mana, so we can Codie plus take an extra turn. Opponent definitely should have cantripped this when we played our draw 4. They're doing it late now. It's going swell, Belly. We are being the bully today. Yeah, even when you're not losing or not winning everything, playing 5-stack Unite is a lot more satisfying than solo queue, in my opinion. Having some semblance of coordination, even if you fumble on occasion, is great. You at least get to know people are trying instead of just fucking off in whatever corner they're going to on their own. Yeah, we threw the end of that game very hard. We pushed a Rotom we shouldn't have pushed. And definitely threw the game. I think if we would have sent that Rotom into your base and left it alone as a distraction, we probably would have been fine. We were over-leveled on your team by quite a bit because we managed the early game better and then we flipped the late game. That was in fact, I think the group I had playing with last night, I might post a video set of late game flubs, because I think we had, in addition to that game, we had like 2 or 3 others where we just like had really good early game execution and then completely fudged the late game. We were like ahead at Zapdos 3 or 4 times and then just punted it straight into the sun. We just play Codie here. To be fair, I think it's harder to make mistakes when you're behind than it is to make mistakes when you're ahead. The list of things you can mess up when you're ahead in Unite is really long, and the list of things you can mess up when you're behind is pretty short. Which is part of the reason why I think so many people in that game complain about the Zapdos mechanic, because when you are ahead, it requires you to play better than when you're behind. Thanks for the follow, Manor Noms. No, yeah, I agree. It's a great, it's fundamentally, it's good game design, in my opinion. Allows there to be a catch-up mechanic. Catch-up mechanics are much better than mustard mechanics, chat. Mustard's pretty gross if it's not, like, on a hot dog or honey Dijon. Morning, Jonah. Thanks for the follow. What's going on, Rook? Yeah, I mean, like, that was my it's time to sign off Twitter for the night moment. When someone decided to respond to one of my political tweets by letting me know they felt Ocasio-Cortez and Bernie were center-right. Like, I'll give you Biden is probably classified center-right, but, like, one in hand, one in graveyard. You put the Vraska in hand, so it's a bit slower. I was like, alright, that's enough. That's enough Twitter opinions for one evening. Hey, thanks for the brand new Prime support, Major Noms. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel this morning. Psychoologist, thanks for the 35 months. Crouching up on that 3-year mark. It's a long time. Alright, Codie. I need your strong back to bail us out here. That was not the big play we needed, friend. It's okay. We get another turn to try and make another one. Extinction event. That probably qualifies as big enough, huh? I think I want to leave enough mana behind here to cast D-Spark on their Vraska after they play her next turn. So we'll do this. I want to attack first. Get in my 1 point. Midway Monster, thanks for the 29 months of Prime. Welcome back. Well, I guess it's technically strictly correct to leave this black source up as opposed to this black source, right? Oh, I could Brainstorm in response to the Codie trigger. That's adorable. I don't really want to cast these other cards in my hand right now, though, right? None of them are very useful. That's a cute thing to think about for later, but... Hey, Codie, thanks for the sub-gift team. Huh. Well. I'm gonna put Culling Ritual on top. Because I'd like to bin it with Search. Oh, I can't play Search because of this. I knew that.
Been allies.
This works out perfect, chat. They killed the Codie. We get to get our search phrase canted down. It's a win-win situation. Everybody's happy. Well, I suppose they could have a counterspell here. If they do, I could still just bolt Vraska. I live to please, Codie. That one's definitely gotta go. That, transform this, play our friend out here, memory lapse. All right, fine. At least it only cost me 3 mana this time when I cast it. Playing Extinction Event against a guy rooted deck kind of feels like cheating. So they have 2 snowlands. They can't kill Codie. Well, so like, for reference, you can buy wild cards. They're just expensive. You get guaranteed wild cards from booster packs. Sedge. This is an Arcane Signet. We kind of just want to build up more mana here, right? You are, in fact, forced to get a bunch of cards you don't actually want with them. That is accurate. How much mana do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably need to kill this Gigan, right? If I despark the Gigan, they can't recast it with Muldrotha later, and then I can still activate Azcanta this turn. I put barbecue sauce and ranch on my hot dogs. Barbecue sauce I could take. It's sweet. It's like not that dissimilar from ketchup at least. Ranch is let's say it's a unique take. Let's call it unique. Alright, that should lock things up. Adventure to guess. We got a field of dead. Do 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 do. We're gonna make some friends. We got zombies and they're 2/2s and we gonna block you until you lose. Do do. We got fields of dead. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. They've got a lot of land. They're at a point where they can, like, play Muldrotha and get a... Rude. What's up, dude? How's your Saturday going? Good? I love you too. I'd say let's not block this. I'd rather they not have a card. Yep. When we don't know if they're a boy or girl, instead of saying he or she, we can say they. We can say they're in the 20s of health. Is that way you don't have to say 2 or just get to say 1. It covers everybody. It's super easy. Unless you're a conservative, then it's not very easy, and you throw a tantrum about it. You get a lot of things. You do get a lot of things. You're pretty smart. Oh, they were up to... Wow, that was actually a pretty big punt on my part. I'm going to blame the child. I was clicking and talking, and I didn't realize that they had gotten up to that many snowlands. I definitely should have murdered the priest before playing the Codie out. I should have thought of it earlier. You're right. Bye, Declan.
You won't see the end coming until its pain is our gain.
I don't know if you heard him, but he said bye, chat, as he slid out of the room. Alright, so he definitely gotta murder the Muldrotha. That's an 11th land. We need to kill the Vraska as well. I don't think this expansion explosion needs to draw cards. It might. Does the expansion explosion need to draw cards? I could just Maelstrom Pulse. I probably just want to trophy them, right? Yeah, I'm gonna save it to draw cards. That's the right thing to do. So let's pulse this. And then we'll trophy this. I might, honestly, the drawing cards might not be important here. I might need the damage from explosion to kill their Muldrotha here. Because they have a lot of mana, right? Like, this is now just costing 8. So, like, yeah, they're casting this, and they still have 4 left over. So, like, they just get to recast the thing we killed last turn. So, I think we research and end a turn here, kind of shift through these cards that aren't particularly useful at this point. Trading here. Yikes. So I have 11, 12 mana this turn. So I can Thought Erasure plus Explosion for X's 6 and kill the Muldrotha. So I think that's probably the play. This one we're happy to get rid of. I'm going to do the explosion on their upkeep. So that way I don't have to discard to hand size. Yeah, we have a couple of cards that rebuy stuff out of our graveyard. The one Is It card jumps to mind that picks an instant or sorcery back up. What's going on, Seth? Good morning. So this is going to cost them 10 now after this dies, and they have 6, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, there's a solve the equation. So solve the equation can draw the card that gets instant or sorceries back, and the instant or sorcery card can grab Extinction Event and clean out Muldrotha plus Solemn plus this priest. Or do they have a removal spell? If they drew a removal spell, this Crawling Barrens could mess us up. Oh, they have priest. They have priest here. Okay, so this is going to tap this, and they're going to attack us for 12. This is a really good line on the opponent's part. They're acknowledging that with the expansion explosion, we're just super favored to... Oh. Oh. Well, this is bad. I think they definitely should have done... Maybe they thought this was instant speed, and they flubbed the timing. I liked their line a lot here when they were dealing 12 to us. Not dealing 12 to us seems loose. All right, how am I dealing with Crawling Barons? Let's find out. I think it's just this, right? It's gonna make it 18-18. I also have a Putrefy in hand. I have Magma Opus in here too. This off to the side and pass the turn. I have to discard a couple of cards, which is fine. Oh, I only have to submit 2. Okay. That's a sweet game. Really, really quality back and forth. Both decks doing obviously powerful things. Fade, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this morning. So this is going to kill my 18-18, I imagine.
I only pick targets that interest me. Lucky you. I won't forgive this.
Any interest in Diablo 2 Resurrected? No, not really. I had a small amount of interest, and then Blizzard, Activision did some real awful things, and we firmly moved past that desire. Well, all these kind of suck, huh? I have all of these cards, and I don't really know what I want to do with them. I have 1 card in hand. I need to not die to this Crawling Baron, so I need to leave Putrefy up. So I'm probably... So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 14 mana. So this is 10 to kill this, and then 3 to kill the Crawling Barons. Then I have 1 left over to Duress, so I'm going to go ahead and Duress them. Just to make sure they don't have a counterspell. Okay, we'll take that. And then we'll go ahead and pass the turn here. And then during the upkeep, we'll do this for 6 again. Kill this, draw cards. Well, I have Putrefy to kill the Crawly Bee if it pops up into a creature. Counter spell or discard spell obviously gets us here, but okay about our spot otherwise. Their commander is up to what, like 12 mana now? 12 mana. This is definitely not a commander deck you want to play on mobile. Your hand gets very cluttered like this with some consistency. Hey, did you draw a counterspell? Got him. Hey, Ivy Not Sane. Thanks for the 1.5 years. Welcome back. We appreciate you keeping me around.
For a life.
Ooh. Ooh. That's It's a little bit of a yikes. Well... we're gonna Grim Tutor for an answer to this, but our lands don't untap. Wait. Hold, please. Listen, chat, I don't know if this is the right play, but it's definitely the content play. I don't know, let's do this and try it. We're gonna try not to time out while we resolve this. Oh, did I target this twice? I did target this twice. Awkward. Listen, chat, I don't even really understand what's about to happen. Just sit back and enjoy the ride. There were a number of inoptimal sequencing decisions here. Oh, sweet. Okay, sweet. So we win. So I can play a couple of lands out off of... I can play a couple of lands out off of these explore effects that I'm going to have and then time warp and win. Okay, cool. Believe it or not, overloading Mizzix's Mastery for Infinite is pretty good. Oh, what if we deck by mistake? Do you think that's the biggest commence the endgame token that's ever been made? Our Field of the Dead died earlier. Alright, that's I like to end on a high note. That's probably about as high as we're gonna get there. From the I don't know what we're gonna do with this Grim Tutor to oh wait, this one. Definitely this one. Does the perfect turn really exist? There was definitely a more perfect turn than that last one we took there. That was a really close back and forth game, and then we played 80 mana worth of spells in one turn, and somehow it ended up in our favor. So, they've told us, Jin, that if the queue gets used, we get to keep it permanently. So right now, it's that event thing in the middle. In the patch next week, it's going to get added to the play blade on the side and just a normal play button. And I'd be pretty surprised if we don't get to keep it, because basically every power level of deck I've been playing with, the queues popped very quickly. So, yeah, shout out to our opponent for letting us actually pop off there. That was sweet. Yeah, this deck's very good. If you play this deck, do not be surprised if you get queued into things like Golos and Omnath and Winota. I think that there's a good chance, if Wizards is smart, they're going to be adjusting the power level of where these things queue into other things based on metrics, and this archetype's always felt really powerful when we played it, and I'd wager that this is supposed to be one of the decks that's in the more competitive bracket in terms of brawl strength. Like when you untap with Codie, we just have so many good, powerful things to be doing. It's lovely. Issa Boss, thank you for the tier 2. I like 40 months because 40 months plus 60 cards is 100 cards. Disregard the unit discrepancy. Thanks for sticking around. It's been a while. But yeah, this one was fun. So if you're looking for something to jam with, that's a hoot and a holler. I would definitely recommend this one.